terrorism in the region and the wider world.
And to discuss how Iran might exert its influence, we can talk to the Middle East analyst Arash Aramesh. He joins us live from Stanford University in California. Thank you very much for coming on the program. We just heard Rouhani there saying that they will not be afraid of taking part in the combat or helping Iraq deal with the situation. What do you think Iran will do?
Iran is going to defend its vital interests in the region, as they have. For instance, in Syria, Iran has been supporting the government of Bashar al-Assad in this ongoing civil war in Syria. And it's cost the Iranians plenty of blood and a lot more treasure. And that's what they've done in Syria. In Iraq, they have a pro-Iranian, Iranian-friendly government. The Shiite government of Prime Minister Al-Maliki has been a good ally of Tehran. I would be very surprised if Iran would let Baghdad fall very easily. We will see what happens, but Iranians view this rise of ISIS, or the Islamic States of Iraq and Syria, as a major threat, not only to Iranian interests in the region, but also to Shiites around the Mideast and the Persian Gulf area.
How do you think Iran will support the Iraqi government and military, defense-wise? What kind of tactics will they use?
First and foremost, they will provide advice. They've done this in Syria. They've also provided advice to various units in the Syrian military. Let's keep in mind that a lot of militias in Iraq were trained in Tehran, were armed by Tehran, were created, as a matter of fact, by Tehran. So that's one thing. Second, we got to see how far ISIS can actually go in terms of its land grab. And also, we got to see what the American response is going to be. Let's not forget that a lot of this is happening because there's a vacuum of power in the region. There's an American vacuum, there's a presence, there's a vacuum of presence there. And these regional powers, Iran, Saudi Arabia, to some extent Qatar, are trying to fill this void and fill this vacuum. If the Prime Minister of Iraq, Al-Maliki, is desperate enough to invite Iranian forces to come defend them, we have to see how Iran is going to respond. First option they have is to provide special forces, IRGC, Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps forces, and advisors to go to Iraq. Second thing they can do is to get involved in a much larger ground conflict. Now, I'm not sure if the Iranian government is interested in sending thousands of troops to an Arab country to fight Sunni insurgents. But we'll see. But the first option is obviously providing special forces, advisors, snipers, and local units to support the Iraqi militia, especially this broken Iraqi army right now.
Arash Aramesh, great to get your analysis. Thank you. In other news, at least